in action. All right, welcome everybody. I'm Jacob Bridges, the tour director for the Capital City Amateur Tour. We're here today, Tour Talk episode 12. It's Wednesday, June 17th, and special treat. We're going to have some players on our tour from Capital City locally in Columbus. And then the treat, special guest, I would say, is the hope to be the 2020 Ryder Cup champion tour director out of the Queen City Amateur Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you. Please hold your applause until all recipients have received their awards. Shake with your left, receive with your right, just like we did in high school football. So, yeah, thank you. It's good to be here, man.
All right, man. Well, thanks for taking the time out. As we are now coming on here, I'll get this housekeeping out of the way. This is what I call the sand trap. Everyone who does join this session will be muted upon entry, and it is recorded, so it's available to be shared and seen by others who are not here with us. So going right into the topics here next on our tee. There we go. All right. Matt, you and I are coming together. You're leading the front down there in the Queen City. We had a series of leg one down at the Shaker Run back in the middle of May, where quite impressively, man, your tour took a clean sweep of all the flights and won and earned points. The format of this Ohio Ryder Cup Series is the combined events that we do come together on. The winner representing that tour receives that single point, and the most points after these two events will be hosting the Ryder Cup Championship in the fall. So right now, again, I'm gonna get this stuff out. Registration is currently still open. Just presenting this information here. Our event date is this coming Monday, June 22nd. Registration closes tomorrow at 4. Currently, we have 93 signups. The field max is 120. Doesn't look like might not hit that, but I think we'll be able to hit 100. The entry straight up is 110 and includes the prize fund, 18 holes, trophy expenses included. Format is straight tees. We're beginning at 8 o'clock, 3 p.m. Our pace of play on this tour, man, under the environment of COVID and social distancing, we're averaging under 4 hours around. So, it's awesome. Matt, are you enjoying the same? You experiencing the same on your tour down there?
Yeah, we're a little bit higher than that, but not by much. I'd say the same thing. The course has been a little more wide open, and kind of going in some of the single carts and the threesomes has definitely helped. So, yeah, I'd say that's pretty strong by your part there. I'll make sure Perazzo doesn't drag that up to 420, 430. I'll make sure I move him along in the group.
I'm sure you guys are going to spend some TLC and do some, blowing kisses to each other as you guys get closer, right? So
after a 2-hour car ride, some Starbucks, we're going to get real tidy on the links, man. It's going to be nice.
So, Matt, this has been fun, man. We did the inaugural of this. I called it, I've been saying leg 2 of 3. This is kind of like volume 2, chapter 2. So this is the second year, second leg. So it's volume 2, chapter 2. We won the first volume, right? 2019, we're Columbus being the Ryder Cup champs. And I certainly feel like you guys got momentum on your side, but you ain't won anything yet. You can talk and carry any titles you want to play, but until you raise that cup, man, we are winning,
Yeah, well, you're right. We haven't won anything yet. It was nice to make history, though, by being the first tour ever to sweep Ohio Golf Championship at 9-0. I just want to go on record for that. That'll get me absolutely nothing at the end, but it's nice to be able to bring it up. So,
you remember Shaker Run? Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, Shaker Run. Yep.
I just remember 2019.
Yeah, somewhere. I understood. You possess the trophy, man. I'm going to give you your props. You earned it. So we got some work to do, and we're looking forward to it, man.
Well, certainly the players. I know it's been it's a makeup of each series that we've had. The numbers you see there, we've had as high as 131. Somewhere right here at 95. We're looking at 93 here. The makeup of the players that's in these events, I'm sure they've experienced at some level a fun-filled, competitive environment. Nothing but great to experience what other tours and blending together for some great competition on the golf course. So just kind of touching another point here, and receiving an update from the course today. I reached out to the pro. We had a very genuine conversation, very pleasant. He's very excited to see us coming here on Monday. As many of the courses that we do visit, they realize how easy it is for them because we're so well organized, we're so put together, it's turnkey. We just need carts and course. They did state that the course is requesting 2 carts per group. We're set up to where we're doing threesomes. But as registration had been launched and for some time, single rider has been the invitation for those who sign up for the event. But right now, it's going to pivot to where if members are comfortable being paired with someone else in their group, it's permitted. However, yes, because of the state order and the Governor DeWine, we must accommodate those who seek a single cart. So if I don't hear from those who need to be single riders, it's likely that you're going to be paired up if it's possible. I can't do it all. It's a really big ask to pivot 4 days out, 5 days out from an event now to then poll 93 players how comfortable they are, especially when the course has already stated that they can accommodate single riders for everyone. But we're going to do our best. I promised the pro, I promised the owners that I would do my best. The key is that if it can't be done per group, if we have 3 single riders in a group, it's asked that you only have 2 in the fairway. So if you're out there watching and you're a player taking the time to watch this session here, it's asked and encouraged that if you are in a group where there's 3 single riders, please take care of the course. They just don't want 3 carts zigzagging all over the fairways. So 1 off the fairway, 2 on it is kind of what the key and the goal is. So with the restrictions being kind of lifted a bit, spectators and guests are also now allowed. So that means if you have, your dad, your brother, your sister, your significant other, wife, girlfriend, whatever, they are now permitted to join you in the day and be inside your cart as well. So in that scenario, what I would try to do is, I think I got our champion from Hogan Flight from our previous event, Mr. Tim Jameson, on the line here. And Tim, I know that your wife, Betty, she likes to come out with you and support you in your round. So if that was a scenario, I would try to put you with a group where 2 players are comfortable riding together. So that way you are in that 2 cart format for that group. So that would be my goal. But there's a lot to consider when you talk about that situation and you're thinking about 93 players. So nonetheless, that's kind of what that means as you see there. And what do you guys think about that? It's easy to understand, right?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think, like I said, that's kind of the trend. I think a lot more courses. I know in Indiana, when we played last weekend, it was the same scenario. We were asked to go 2 per cart. So I think everything's starting to lift, and I think these courses are starting to kind of follow that direction. So hopefully the players will get more and more comfortable with that. And, like we tell them, Jacob, and I'm sure you do too, look, if you're uncomfortable, just tell us. But at the same time, just grab some disinfectant wipes, some sanitizer, bring that with you at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of clean the cart yourself. And, I think everybody would hear by the rules, man. So it'd be kind of nice to get a few more people back into the carts here as we get moving.
Roger that. Yep. And that's a goal. And, we weren't so heavy with it as far as the sanitation, temperature checks and all that stuff like you did at Base Shaker Run. But it's certainly, as a disclaimer, if you're participating in this event, you're showing up on your own accord. You are free of any symptoms or signs of illness. You are not directed to stay at home or quarantined up. You're not suspected, confirmed, or came in contact with anyone in the last 14 days who are in those conditions. So, and you hold anyone harmless, either staff or myself, if you become injured or ill, right, as a part of playing this event. All right, so listen, we're going to jump into this next one. This is going to be very great, man. This is what I do for all our events, and for your players especially. I think we're touching almost 40 players from Cincinnati coming up. Some have been here, some haven't, and those that are coming here, even for the 7th, 8th time, this is an illustration as to what they can expect on the day of the tournament. So what we got here, this is Pinnacle Club Drive. This is regardless of where you come from, freeway or state route, it will get you here coming into the course. And as you arrive right into the clubhouse, as you see it as on your approach, you're going to be either directed to go left or right into the parking spots, but you certainly may come on up and do a backdrop here where next to the cart staging area. So the plan of action on arrival is players can come up here, bag drop, go around to the parking lot, walk back up, get a cart, and then report over to the practice area, which is across the street. And here you got 2 putting greens on either side of the driving range. You have a pitching green on the far end here. You'll have balls out here with every other bay open. And then what happens is 10 minutes before each player's tee time, they are to report to myself as the starter on the number 1 tee. It cannot be any easier than that. I'm gonna do this same preview on Sunday night when we're cart ready and going over rules, they're going to see the same illustration. So you're going to get some of that communication, Matt, and I hope it floats down to all those players inside this event, and they kind of hop on here. And it's wonderful, man. We do this for every event. Typically, around half the people that are in our events are on that cart ready session. So if they have some suspicions, they can't find or navigate where all this information is, I verbalize everything, and I'm available here, and so are the players to ask those. There's no dumb question. It's just, you just want to make sure that when you show up to play tournament around a tournament golf, this minor stuff doesn't interfere and get in your head all the time. I mean, you guys are driving up for 2 hours. I don't want it to be, where's the bathroom at when I get there? So I'm aiming to kind of prepare to have those answers for those questions. So
Well, that's a great job, man. I think that's awesome what you're doing there. And, like I said, some of our guys are pretty familiar with the course. So I know they're excited to go back. And if you've never played that course before, you'll know you made the right decision as soon as you take a left and start coming into the property, because that's probably the best entrance turnaround of anything we play on tour, Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, anywhere around, man. It's a beautiful golf course, and it's a championship style facility.
it is. And, I got some of that here where right on my tour Facebook page, this is the view you're talking about right here as you drive up. I mean, it's a great, daunting, large clubhouse, restaurant, full time there. That venue, the paver patio, just the tires on your car just rumble. It just
Right.
it lets you know, yeah, you're right when you turn in there. So here is another thing. This is kind of just another blow up here where, again, that prize fund. If you can see this pretty good, Matt, what flight you in, right? You're in
Let's say,
Sarasota.
is that right? I'm going to win $295 on Monday? That's awesome, man.
That's what it says you might win.
Hey, let me pull a Happy Gilmore. What's last place get?
Nothing. A story.
I'm just kidding, Tim. I got no shot, buddy. I'll just kind of float around there. Let me see. Saracen pays out 4. I'll be hanging out about 6, 7, somewhere back there. I'll be laying back. Unless Jacob can move the tees up a little bit, I can get that driver out of my hand. Then I got a shot, man.
Yeah. So
not at Pinnacle.
Not a Pinnacle, man.
No, you got to hit it all day, man.
Yeah, you got to hit it at Pinnacle. Even your tee boxes are up, but it's still you got to hit it at Pinnacle.
Oh, yeah,
Saracen flight will be playing. I think it's gold. I think they're playing gold.
Still,
so it's a number and we'll get to that here. But nonetheless, Matt, this is something. And Tim, you see here, you've seen it. You're regular to this one. Dude, man, I'm falling in love with this every time I look at not just this prize board, but just the split out. I think we just finished our last event. We had 7 flight winners. 2 of them elected the entire amount, right?
Yeah.
Our first event was the same way. We had 7 winners, and 2 of them elected the entire amount. There's guys on here that got so many trophies, they don't even have a trophy case. They don't need more, right? There's a guy that's
Tim. Tim, how many trophies you got, man? You got.
I got a bunch of old ones, only 2 from this tour. I'm waiting on Jacob to send me my 3rd one.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. There you go. He'll have it. He'll be ready. So, hey, can I, not to wreck this whole thing, Jacob, but does Tim automatically become Ryder Cup captain for being the only guy on this call? He texted me and asked me to kind of ask that on his behalf. So I just wanted to maybe float that out there.
It can be happening. I don't want to be captain, in anything. So, Tim, by all means, man, if that's a role you want to play and fill.
Assistant captain.
It's just a captain.
I'd probably do assistant. You guys do. You guys are way better than me at this.
Yep.
Well, we'll put an earbud in your ear, man. We'll have you kind of bark at the players a little bit.
Yeah.
Just get on them. Be good.
We'll put Tim in charge of the matching outfit. That's what.
Now, I don't know about outfits. The pairings might be a different thing that I might have a strategy on, but other than that,
there you go.
Yep.
Love it.
All right. So again, it's our prize breakout. With this high size of a field, every flight, it almost seems that we're tipping, easily in the 200s, if not close. And we got a couple Woods guys, and don't nothing to sneeze at, man. I got a Woods player that's going to join in tonight, or if not tomorrow. Yeah, it's only 2 guys or 3, but winner takes all in that flight. And if you win it, you got the chance and choice to get all your money back. I mean, the entry is only 110. So again, if you're looking at this, the entry is 110. Private course, competitive round with cart, potential, if not to double your money in some case. And you're not really, I mean, compared to any other tour out there, wink, wink, you know what I'm talking about. They only pay half this for the same entry price. And they're not playing as good as a course. So I'm not marking this up. This is just, I've fallen in love with it. Anyway,
Yeah,
enough talk on that.
No,
If you,
love it, man. That's the beauty of having big flights, multiple tours, a lot of guys, man. More prize pool.
all right. So Matt, you've been, you know, you're a director, you're kind of connected and, you know, all this stuff, knowing where to go every now and then you're like, you know, Jacob, send me that thing again. Right. And if, and if you don't know, I'm sure a lot of players don't.
Yeah, I'm
So,
just trying to keep you sharp. I just want to see if you knew where it was yourself. You sent it to me for the 50th time this week.
so, you know, obviously we're here. This is the second leg, I guess, volume 2, chapter 2. So for those who forget what the first volume was, and it seems like we have some of them, but this was the volume 1 champions. This is the 2019. This is how it ended. Okay.
Is that all Columbus? Or oh, there we are. All right, good, man.
Yeah, we're here. This is Columbus. This is the joint picture that we took on the 9th hole at the Urbana Country Club. This is the site of where that championship was had. You know, we're looking good, man. Everyone in here, shirts all matching. You know, I see you right here, Matt. I'm going to zoom in on this for those who really can't take a look. You know, you had the golly, man. I talked about
that
this.
was nice. That was nice.
These were like a dime for the dollar. I mean, I really haggled the dude for these shirts. And
the way to beat him down, buddy. That was
the
sweet,
crest,
man.
the crest right here.
Shirt didn't help me play any better, though. I'm just going to tell you, my -4 points on the board. You know, I might have to wear go sleeveless like softball guy or something in the fall.
But so this stuff is out here. If you're folks, you know, new to the tour, new to the, you know, series of what this is about, what was year 1 like, and, you know, obviously we had a lot of fun doing it. So jumping back out, we're at Pinnacle here. So this is the event page. You know, this is something to where even if you're guys who are seeing this for the first time, they know our tour exists, that we know your tour exists, but sometimes the disconnect is how do you get to the information? How can you get to the events? How can you sign up? Where's it at? This stuff right here, you know, I tell folks to, you know, it's found in 2 places. If you go to the Capital City Am Tour Facebook page and you go to the About section, let's wait for this to launch. It's right here. It's where the website is. It's the icon here, this alphanumeric jungled up URL. It will simply launch exactly this, right? Okay, and it works just like a website. So your players, I'm talking to you, Queen City. This is what our schedule looks like. It's highlighted and has some counters to it where it illustrates the current number of entries, number of carts, and if there's a max field. So, so we're still, again, looking at the event page for Pinnacle. It launches that information. And Matt, you're familiar with this, man.
Oh,
this this template right here was a bread and butter for a lot of the things that were on Golf Channel. It kind of introduced, you know, what the overview of the event was, when it's open, when it closes, how to pay. I just put the same thing together right here. And, you know, our tours differ in kind of the names of the flights and how they're broken out. But for the guys that get curious and kind of understand what that mix-up is, it's listed here right above the prize fund. And here's the beautiful part. If it didn't put the cherry on top for you, here's the active roster. So this is a full transparent, what I show each time a person signs up, I confirm with them and they're able to see what I update. So if there's a question, and Matt, you've seen this already because you kind of, you know, browse the list of names of your guys, and I kind of suffix them with having Cincy on the route. So that way you can understand and quickly pick out. I don't know if all of them, but, you know, you go behind me and check that. But all these X's here, man, they're all formulated to update these numbers behind the, you know, screen, and the optional side game pots are here. It's pretty fluid, dude. So now so we're here at the event page, right? We're going to quickly get to the results. So the results page is not built yet. I'll do that when the registration closes. But if you want to jump around and see an example of the event that did go final, this is the Medallion Golf Club. So this is what we just did 2 days ago. This is the results of every flight, how it's broken out, the round totals, where they finish, that prize fund with the split option for the winners. Cap City points won't really retain to you guys, but the handicap differential will. If their flight skins were awarded, they're highlighted, and here's the legend up here for it. So when your folks kind of 2 days or a day after the event, they're going to get a signal from me that says these results are updated, and the web link is where you can go see it. This is where they need to go. So
nice, man. You did a great job with this, Jacob. It's awesome, man.
yeah, buddy. So
Tim, way to light up the back nine, by the way.
let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah, let's go back. Oh yeah, he did. Let's talk about that, Tim. He did it on the show. He did the show already on it.
Tim, I know, man. Timbo, man, that back nine couldn't hold you, man. What's going on?
Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, so I got to play with Jacob and Kane Ransom. I do one request a year. They're 2 flights below me. So last year I got to play with them at the quarry.
Yeah.
And it's good time because me and Jacob, we go way back. But anyways, yeah, I looked at Jacob going in the back nine, and I straight up told him, I said, I'm not going down like this. I said, I'm parring this out. He just said, all right, let's do it.
Wow, man.
And I took that double bogey with a 4-putt on the par 3, and I just kept going though, man. It was fun.
Yeah, that's solid, bud. I'm looking at that. That's pretty impressive, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, you definitely look more like me on the first front nine, that 6-7, 3-7. You can expect to see a lot of that at Pinnacle, but way to finish strong, bud.
Well,
Thank you.
So not only, Matt, I know I didn't host, but also too, buddy, this is where the results of the Shaker Run are at too. So
Okay, nice.
I know you didn't play in this event, but if you had, I had all those split tee, all the tee assignments, and that's kind of what I was, goosing you for, so we can help each other out, and you guys get. So I had to award my guys some points if they played, but same thing. Man. This is all here, and this is where, you're going to help me facilitate this information when your guys ask you, right? I'm sure you're going to, even I tell them you're going to tell them the direct questions to me. They're probably going to accidentally reach out to you. So, hey, Matt, so now this is kind of where we're at, where we can go anyways, man. We're in the fairway. So obviously we got off the tee box really good, and now we can go any direction.
Real quick, Jacob, where do they find their tee box?
Okay, excellent question. Yep, you did mention that. So if you go back into the event page, it's right there. Okay. This is Woods and Palmer flight. So again, the handicap parameters are down here. Woods and Palmer flight will be black. All these flights will be playing from the golds.
64 hundo.
Yeah, man. You got to get ready for it. Start lifting weights, okay?
So I got it. I'm ready.
Sneed flight, I did talk to the pro today. I said, hey, buddy, for these flights right here, I said 58 is a little bit on the short side, and I asked him if you could get it closer to 6,000.
Yeah. And
he said he will do that
nice.
For us. But any female competitor, I know right now there's a few of them in the field. They'll be playing from the 5,400 range.
Got it.
Okay. Now, and again, these T flights assignments, they will not change if there's a co-join flight. Mm-hmm. So these assignments will stay the same.
Got it. Nice.
Where else you want to go, man? What questions you got? What questions are your guys asking you that I haven't perhaps seen or you haven't seen information on yet?
Yeah, no, I think really just where to kind of get signed up and get registered. So same thing, we're trying to filter forward some of the emails that you've got that kind of takes them here to the dashboard. We've kind of sent some stuff through Golf Genius on our end, which is what we're using. And then hopefully you're starting to get more and more response. It looks like the signups picked up a little bit.
Yep.
So I'm going to get on them again after this call. And if we record this and they're listening, I'm calling all of you, Cincinnati, Louisville, Lexington, Dayton, support that guy, my man, Jacob. One down, beat Tim and Hogan, and then support Jacob Bridges. Just kidding, Tim. But let's all get up to Pinnacle, have some fun, hopefully get a chance to host the Ryder Cup, and bring all the Columbus guys. I know you guys really like Shaker. We want to take you right back there. Maybe start you off on Woodlands 9, really try to ruin your day and break your spirit early. Then send you off to the Meadows or Lakeside to wrap it up. But, we're looking forward to it, man. Like I said, we love being around you guys. The camaraderie's awesome, man. It's a good tour between banter between both tours and the guys. So we're just looking forward to spending some time together with you guys on Monday, man. Hopefully everybody will get up and let's try to get you to that 120 marker, man.
Yeah, I think
what would Stonelet do for you, Matt?
We could definitely play at Stonelet for sure. We've got options right now, just to give you a sneak preview, Tim. So we've got Shaker Run would love to have us back. I think they would be the most, not to say the most accommodating, but keep our price point pretty low, give us a nice uniform into the equation and build some stuff in that would really
you do got the three. Yeah, you got the 3 9s. That's true.
Yeah, we'd be able to do that. Plus, we like the finishing hole there. We'd be able to kind of finish on Woodlands 9, and you'd be able to see 8 and 9 together on that ridge where we could all sit.
Yep.
We've already talked to Sonder Brewing, who's one of our sponsors. They'll come out with a food truck and a beer truck and kind of sit up there for us. So that could be a really nice place. Stone Lake's definitely in the equation. That place is heaven on earth, man. If no one's ever played it, I tell everybody that, not just in Cincinnati, Ohio, but yeah. Didn't you know, man? I was in Colorado 2 years ago and telling someone about Stone Lake Hills, man. It's incredible. So Stone Lake and TPC is also an option. So we'll see where we land. We got to get it done first, though. You know, I know you're not going to let us in Hogan, so I'm going to have to get it done in Saracen.
Yeah, and too, and Matt and Tim, if you haven't seen it right here, I'm gonna jump back out. So on our dashboard, where all this information kind of connects you to, the Queen City Am Tour, their schedule is listed here. I know it's just a landing page. It's information based, but it essentially goes over everything with all the raffles, sponsorships that you got going there, Matt. All that information's right here. And Tim, if you're looking at it,
I look at Matt's schedule all the time.
Yeah.
The only thing that's killing me on Matt's right now is all the Mondays, and then a couple of the overlapping of ours. So I mean, Matt knows I've been to Stone Lake twice for his tournaments. I love Stone Lake.
Yeah, you can speak to it, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's just one of them tracks. I mean, but I'm gonna try to make it to his last tournament. So
good. Yeah, and I got to send you an update, Jacob. We had a couple changes. Like Traditions is not going to happen anymore. The Monday tournament with all the as you guys are probably experiencing, you know, these country clubs are getting started a little bit late, so they're kind of scrambling with their Monday outings.
They are.
So we kind of gracefully bowed out a little bit. We're going to default to the fall with Traditions, and we're going to plug a weekend event in there. And then we've got one at Neville Mead, which is closer to Louisville here on the 27th.
Yep.
And then we added another one, Chariots Run near Louisville, which is a casino course, we're going to actually do our internal Ryder Cup, Ohio versus Kentucky.
Okay.
That one's a lot of fun too. So I'll send you some of that, Jacob, so your guys have it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I read your email and I did everything it said, but I'm having a hard time navigating through whatever you got they're going on. So
okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's good feedback, man. Maybe we'll circle back on that, figure out what's going on.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, listen. So right now, this is as current as I am talking to you. I'm gonna jump back in here one more time to look this over, and there are a couple Cincy guys in here. I'd probably get that handicap information from you. I know it's in there, Matt. So there's just these two players right here. You don't have to tell me right now, but
I can give it to you right now if you want it, buddy.
Oh yeah, buddy. What you got?
No, by heart. So Wanje is a 14.
Okay.
And she goes by G, FYI. She's a new tour member. Brett Goodson is a 17, I believe. Let me check that real quick. Yep, he's a 17.
Okay. And we'll certainly circle and come together on Thursday. So Thursday at 4:00, that's tomorrow.
Yep.
Registration closes. Matt, you're going to get something from me where I'm at. Finally, then go ask you to come in here. Obviously, take a peek at these assignments, and some of them just verified not only if they are your assigned player, but also if the flight assignments, not just the handicap parameter, but if they are a senior player, because some of the registration, most of the time I do verify handicap, but I default it to the open division.
Yep.
So if they didn't tell me their age, or some of them told me age, but that doesn't mean anything. They have to really tell me that they are wanting to be a participant in that senior division. Okay.
Yep.
All right, buddy. So again, we're 93 players, prize funds current as we are talking. And, we got, again, another day of registration before that closes. So I really hope that we're going to tilt over that 100 mark and maybe reach that 120. All right. All right, man. So again, now we're on the green, man. We're putting. So we're kind of coming to the finishing hole. And Tim, you've been on board, buddy. What you think this looks like? And we can kind of end up closing this out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more and more. I think it's one of them things you just got to mess with it. I can do it with my phone now. I got a newer laptop, so I have to actually change views, which is fine. There's a little thing, just change view, and it gets bigger. It's easy. Like I watched you Monday night, I watched your little mouse moving around. So.
Oh, you did? Because it was shared, right? You can see me dance. Yeah, it's
Oh
pretty
yeah, I
cool.
can see you bouncing all over the place.
I love this, man. I love it. Technology today. And when I
Of
tell
course,
you,
you kept me in suspense because you didn't post Philip's score and you didn't post the back nine of this other guy's score. And I'm sitting there like, hold on, I'm leading this, Betty. I got an 80.
Yeah, man. That's usually good for the win, buddy. Every time, man.
Yeah, awesome stuff, man. Thanks for that. I like that fly on the wall perspective you were having there, watching me live update the scores, and it kind of put you back on the course with suspense again if you were going to actually win. So that was pretty exciting, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we can't sit there, we can't hang out, we don't have live scoring. So I mean, if you're really wanting to see what's going on, you're doing it. I mean, you're there, you're on it.
Yep. Excellent, buddy. All right, Matt. So we're T-minus 1 minute 15 seconds here. What you got, man, to kind of come to a close on this and drop this putt in the hole?
Yeah, so now, like I said, nothing major. Like I said, we are definitely looking forward to seeing you guys again and playing up at Pinnacle. Like I said, it was near and dear to our heart. We played it for about 4 years as our tournament of champions before Columbus came back to Golf Channel and you came on board. So it's always been a special place to us, man. It's really going to be neat. I know that I wish I would have Perezzo on this call because, as I shared on a previous one, Perezzo is part of the greatest playoff in tour history. He had to go out there on Pinnacle. What is that, number 6 left of the clubhouse?
Yep, the par 3.
And we had to go old school 1910 U.S. Open, pull up some cars, get some lighting. We were completely out of daylight. And we have a rule that we weren't going to settle the tournament of champions on a scorecard playoff. So
Roger
we had
that.
people with cell phones. We had them all. About 4 people went out there, and we put them about a 90-yard shot because we figured that's the only shot they could feel without seeing the ball. And he stoked it to about 9 feet and won the first ever tournament of champions.
Excellent.
So I've had to hear about it ever since now for about 7 years. But one more to that, he came close to repeating, but unfortunately,